So behind me here is my 1985 Camaro, and I bought the cheapest hood louvers off eBay, and they are not manufactured by any well-known brand. They're Chinese, and I want to show you the quality because I'm actually quite impressed. So the box arrived. I already cut the tape and opened it up a little bit, but first of all, the box, it's what you would expect. It's something that's mass produced. It's just, you know, a million of these boxes on a shelf. No big deal there. It's made in China to the USA. They're made in China. No big deal there. Doesn't bother me any. So we're gonna pull them out and we'll take a look. Okay, so I pulled one side out. Something to note was that although the packaging is pretty just straightforward for something that's mass produced, it's actually packaged somewhat decently. So yeah, it wasn't bad packaged, which is kind of surprising. But anyways, so this comes with a paper template, and this is kind of like a construction style paper. It's not super flimsy. It's something that you can actually use as a template that is going to stand up. All these come out, and then you can take your Sharpie and draw a line. Oh, and it looks like it's got little holes for the rivets too. Yeah, it does. It has little holes for the rivets, so you know where to put the rivets in. So that's pretty handy. So yes, this should be super easy to trace. And it's even marked, I guess that means driver's side. Yeah. The arrow pointing down. These should be a mirror image, so you should be able to just flip this over and use it on the other side as well. But this is actually pretty decent quality. I would probably take a couple magnets and put it around there, and then just Sharpie it out on the car, and then you know where to cut. So the actual louver itself, here it is. Okay, so here's the actual louver itself, and from first glance it looks all right. So one thing I'm noticing right away is they said it was steel, and I can feel it is steel. They said it was powder coated. It does not appear to be powder coated. It's got quite a smooth finish. It's somewhat like a semi-gloss. It's not too bad. It's like, I'm not sure if I'd rather have powder coat or not, to be honest. I think that this looks just fine. The thickness of it is actually better than I would have thought. This is not too bad thickness. It's not flimsy. Like, this is actually, like, it's not flexing at all when I'm doing this, but it's lightweight at the same time. I know the track spec brand is aluminum, but to be honest, with how little this weighs, aluminum, steel, I really couldn't care less with how little this weighs. This is pretty lightweight, but it feels like it's got good rigidity to it. It feels structurally good. Okay, so let's see the thickness here. I've got a micrometer. We're going to see how many millimeters. See at 2.95, and that's also with the paint. So it's really not bad. That's to be honest, I wouldn't want any thinner, and I wouldn't want any thicker, to be honest. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. The overall build of this is, as you would expect on a mass production assembly line. You can see that this has all been done on a plasma table. Basically, they've taken a sheet of steel that was the thickness that I just said. They've put it on there flat, and then they've gone around and just made all these cuts, and then these flaps here, each flap here is already part of the sheet, and they've just basically cut it so that all that's holding is just a little tang on both sides, and then they've just bent it downward. So this is all one piece, and then they've added this center piece here to it to make so it's structural. So that's pretty nice how they've done that, and that's what I would expect. I'm pretty sure that's how all the other ones are made as well. They're just on a CNC plasma table, and it's just really quick and easy. Computer operated. So let's take a look at the other side here. So the other side here, we can actually see the welds here. I don't know how easy you guys will be able to see this. Kind of tough to see with the lighting, but I guess you can kind of see it, the welds right here. So I was kind of wondering how they would weld something this thin, and it's not difficult to do, but what method they would use.
And this looks like it's also been done with a computer, which is pretty common, especially with sheet metal and mass producing parts like this. Be done with a computer. But the important part is that I don't see any voids in any of the weld. The welds aren't like, they don't cover all of it all the way down. You can kind of see light right through there, and that's with every single one. But the weld itself looks pretty good. I don't see any issue where it's going to break, and both sides are welded, so that's pretty good quality there. So if you've got it on the car here, and we say that the windshield's right here and the front bumper's right here, so the air is coming in through the front bumper here into the engine bay, and then this is going to scoop it up out. It's going to just go straight up and out towards the windshield. So yes, as a heat extractor style. If the vents were turned the other way, so they're facing this way, then it would be pulling air into the engine bay. Instead of pulling it out, it would not be extracting. So these are the correct way. These are the same as all the other brands, how they're all doing it. There's basically no difference. These are just basically a copy. So this is going to do exactly as they're saying. It's going to heat extract. This will make a big difference, actually. These are pretty decent. The gap in between here, I can just get my fingers in between, so that's a decent gap. That's going to help quite a bit. Okay, so I got the other one out. The other one also comes with its own template. So there's two templates. An issue that I'm noticing right away with this other one is that the end looks like maybe it's bent down slightly. Maybe something happened in shipping, I'm not too sure. But these are steel. So this is the other thing why I wanted these as steel, is because steel is way easier to work. It's way more forgiving than aluminum. Aluminum, these will only flex so many times and they'll just break. Steel, they're more durable. You can do more with them. As well as people are commenting about how you don't want steel because they'll rust. Well, what people don't realize is that aluminum rusts as well. Aluminum oxidizes. It just looks different when it does. Doesn't go all orangey like steel does and all bubbly, but it oxidizes as well. And it can be very difficult to treat, whereas steel, you can wire brush the rust off of it, recoat it, and it's good to go again. Aluminum is much more difficult than that, and a lot of times you can't get aluminum to stop rusting. It can be very temperamental with that. So as I was saying about steel versus aluminum, so I've matched them up side by side here, and I can tell that this end here, this corner, is down just slightly compared to this one. Once it's on the car, I'll see how it matches up, but the good thing about this is steel is pretty forgiving this way. That little bend, probably when I go to mount it on the car, I'll be able to just push it down just enough and then just snap the rivet in there, and that'll be the end of that little bend. It's going to be that easy to fix, I guarantee it. These will flex just enough, just like that. They're very forgiving. Aluminum, when you try to flex aluminum, a lot of times the paint is going to give up. You're going to put micro fractures into aluminum, and then you're going to peeling paint. The paint's going to flake off. And to be honest, with the cost of the aluminum ones, the brand name ones, if it showed up like that, I would be sending it back for warranty. And this is easier. I can straighten that myself, no problem, and I can install them, and it's done. So these, I'm quite a fan of these so far. So the other thing that it includes is a bag of rivets, and even if it didn't come with rivets are pretty cheap. You will need a rivet gun, obviously, or whatever shop is installing them will have one, I'm sure. So the rivets you've included, it's a two-part deal here. You've got the rivet here, and then you've got a washer. So I'm assuming that they want you to pop it in there, and then the washer on the other side of the hood, and then it would keep it down there quite nicely. And then you would have the top of it snapped off, and it'd just be flush there with, well, not quite flush, but it'd just be this tiny little bump. That's how they're all going to be, and that would be quite a nice finish. These are pretty good quality from what I've seen so far, apart from the little tiny bend there, and it's barely a bend. It's like slightly tweaked downward, and it's not a big deal. The two of these are a mirror image. I've checked it all out. All the rivets line up, all the louvers line up. They're all exactly the same, and the welds and all the quality is very, very good. I don't see any faults in anything. All right, so here I am at the car. There's quite a bit of traffic going on. We're next to a highway, so hopefully you'll be able to hear everything I say. So, I already put them there, and they are the proper length, proper width, everything. So, if I lay it down there, obviously it's going to stick up because I haven't cut the holes for them to sink into. But, put them in place here. Roughly, that's where they go. And as you can see, the dimensions are correct, and they're going to fit pretty good. They will flex down to the hood, so that's part of the installation. Is when you're putting the rivets in, you're going to push them down and then rivet it to get them to stay down with the hood, so they kind of take on the curve of the hood. So that's just how it is. I don't know if the name brand ones come pre-curved a little bit. So the conclusion is, first of all, I'm quite happy with them. I am impressed. I will actually say that I am impressed. The conclusion is so that the louvers, the fins are facing the correct way. That was a big worry. They are steel. The quality is good. I actually quite like the quality. I'm very satisfied with that. They're definitely worth the money. And they're not powder coated. They're more of a glossy finish. I think they're well worth the money. So thanks for watching.